Gas production began on the mobile offshore production platform Deep Panuke in the summer of 2013. After several years of successful production and in response to decreasing production rates, it was decided to shut down the unit in 2018. When decommissioned and deinstalled, the PFC Deep Panuke was temporarily transported to nearby Halifax, Nova Scotia. The Deep Panuke PFC Recycle Project is the first demonstration of SBM Offshore's responsible recycling policy and aimed to set an example for the decommissioning industry. The effort began with the qualification of a local yard, and the PFC Deep Panuke was towed to Sheet Harbour, Nova Scotia. Great efforts were taken to identify, secure, prepare, and qualify this new facility to meet criteria in accordance with SBM Offshore's values, the requirements and the regulations of Canada, and the principles of the EU Ship Recycling Regulation. Recycling locally created maximum economic impact in the region and reduced the carbon impact that would have been incurred with an international tow of the unit to recycling yards halfway around the world. The initial essential stage of site preparation was the installation of a concrete slab and drainage system that would ensure the containment and control of any environmental hazards. As an offset to the land created for this purpose-built facility, a partnership was formed with local First Nations businesses to construct and install 286 reef balls that would provide habitat for local fauna, like the Atlantic salmon. With the monitoring of SBM Offshore and the efforts of our recycling partner, RJMI, a series of carefully considered stages began. Jacking down the PFC and removing all the hazardous materials ensured the safety of the site and the effectiveness of the newly installed facility. The recycling process was then able to begin in earnest. Toppling the flare tower, pulling down the accommodation block, removing the caisson, topsides modules, and each of the 4 legs, the PFC Deep Panuke was reduced to the smallest parts. The entire process, plan and execution, was externally audited, and the Statement of Compliance of Completion of Ship Recycling was received from Lloyd's. During the process, high-value components were sold and removed for reuse or refurbishment. The team also took a significant effort to donate materials to community groups, shelters, and not-for-profit organizations. And the endeavor was a success in terms of safety, with no safety-related accidents or incidents occurring throughout the length of the project. The effort was also a success in terms of sustainability, with 97% of the PFC being recycled, reused, or redistributed. The hazardous materials stayed in Canada for safe disposal, and there was a mitigation of the carbon footprint of 2,500 tons of carbon dioxide. This effort had great value to the local region, providing employment and investment in First Nations and locally owned businesses, suppliers, and partners, and providing economic impact to the community that could extend to future uses of the site for further opportunities in energy transition, like floating offshore wind. The recycle contractor RJMI and the Sheet Harbour facility is now the first ever Canadian yard to achieve Hong Kong Convention certification. The decommissioning and responsible recycling of the PFC Deep Panuke is a model of SBM Offshore's commitment to quality, safety, and sustainability.